So you can see where Chris bent a piece of aluminum right here and made an L, and it's hard to tell with the camera, but this here is sloped down. So we could not find any kind of metal that had the right kind of slope or anything, so that's why he ended up buying the brake. That's the story anyway. So it's got the aluminum on there, the starter on here, and got this all capped, and he made a little drip edge for the top. It's caulked underneath there. Nice corners.
Going like this.
Yeah,
Keep it up
yeah. The starter, that's for the siding. It won't be laying on there, but you can see how this will let the runoff come this way. And so that's the starter strip for the siding. Got a nice cover for the outdoor plug that's going to be there. Now this is the bathroom window, so he's done the same thing. With this one you can see the top there. Look at those nice 45s on the joints. So that shows you too the color of the siding. So that looks really nice, and he always bends the 45s like this. Looks really nice. And although he hates to agree, I thought we should just go ahead and put the siding on the greenhouse too, because it's going to take so little. And now that I see these colors together, the paint is much more of a grassy green and this is much more of a sage green. So I think it's going to look really nice to have the siding on the greenhouse too. I think he's just going to bend some metal for these little skinny pieces, because you can't put two J's up there and have enough room left for siding anyway. So there really isn't that much siding to do. The bottom, he's got to fix some joints down there, and then a little bit at the top, and I think he'll probably do this one in siding, but I think he's just gonna make some metal to cover here, and then of course we've still got to get the, I think we've already got the metal bent up for all these fascias. So that's going to look really awesome to have that all done, and this sided to match the front of the sea containers. And then this door here and the red door are going to be painted nice sage green in the spring. That's not going to be done this year. So you can see, and then we're going to put the doors all facing straight out, and I think, I don't know if I'll be able to talk him into it this fall, but I would like to have the metal cut out from the windows, somehow creating a little bit of a shade up above there, and keep the door, it'll keep the doors from banging and clanging in the wind. Now I wanted my kitchen window done today, and that's not going to get done because now he's all excited about the siding, so he wants to do this wall and the siding, because all he has to do is put the J's up the sides, and this is ready to go for siding. I can't wait to see it though. Now we have a leftover, quite a bit of Tyvek still. This Tyvek and that has been on there for a few months now, so we're going to put an extra layer on top here. I just talked Chris into this. He was not wanting to, but I figured that Tyvek will be in the barn when we die, so why not use it now? And you know, it's just added protection for the moisture on your OSB. So it doesn't hurt. We've already got the stuff. It's not like we have to go buy it. And like I say, just an extra layer of protection because this has been on here for quite a while now. See, that's the risk of having your wife work on houses and all these projects with you. She knows that that is not acceptable. Gotta put another layer on. We've been watching this, actually he's been making me watch this. A couple of guys that do home inspections on TV, and he just said that I've been watching those videos too much. True story, but he's the one that makes me watch them. And that's the little double hung window that we got for behind those doors, the one beside the entry door, and it'll look really nice to have that finished off like the others. Oh, here's my little Becky Becks. Hey, say my name's Buck Buck. Beck Beck. Isn't it? Oh, and you're such a sweet girl. Of all the chickens, this is the only one of the teenagers that comes to us all the time and follows us around. And she's so friendly. Look at your little fluffy ears. Hey, you're a sweet girl. And even when you put her down, she doesn't run away. She stays around. You're a sweet girl. So this is one of Chrissy's babies. Yes. Oh, you're such a nice girl. Now, doesn't that look nice? Got the J-trims going around. Window all nice and taped up and tight and waterproof. So tidy looking. Makes me so happy. Isn't it pretty? Every time I see a house with this siding on it, I always think it looks so nice. It's called Cypress, by the way. But different companies call it a different name, but you can tell with the samples it's all the same thing. Chris has got little pieces of plywood there for starters to hold the starter strip up off the bottom. So there's a close-up. So you basically got the metal. The Tyvek is shedding over top of the metal and behind the starter strip. And I was asking Chris why the starter is kept up like that. And he said because dirt will collect in here. This way it'll just get shed out, whereas otherwise, if this was flat down on there, the dirt would accumulate in there.
See how this stuff cuts. A little bit cold today, it might snap.
Chris still has all this tool-fitted siding for many years too, along with the capping around the windows and windows too. Oh, it's so pretty. Getting that lip on the siding hooked onto the starter strip. I should probably be helping him. We make fun of other YouTube channels where the wife is always holding the camera. Not being useful. And this siding, the piece, it was 92 from side to side. So he cut it 91 and 5/8 to leave a little bit of room for expansion. You never cut your siding tight. Well, you don't want it too short either. You'll see new houses and they'll have, where it overlaps, you'll see the Tyvek underneath. They've cut it too short. Now the other thing we do, and it's the same with flooring or anything else you're doing, this piece here, where is it? Where's my finger? There. Could either be used there with a short amount of cut off, or you might get two pieces out of it on this side of the window, and you have even less waste. So we're going to put full pieces underneath the window and then use the cut-offs up there. So just think ahead to that. Instead of using the short piece to start the next row here, we're going to save them for doing on both sides of the window. Oh, it looks even prettier now. Two ringy dingies. I just love this siding. I just love the color.
Oh my goodness.
Holy smokes.
Not strong enough anymore.
Neither one of us is. Big difference from doing this in your 40s and doing it in your 60s, let me tell you. Almost anything we do. So now we've already got 3 pieces that length. Oh, look how fast this goes too. I mean, seriously. It'd go even faster if I wasn't still standing here holding the camera maybe, but anyway. I'll stand here and admire it and tell them what amazing work it is and how awesome it looks. How about that? I always joke about you can't put a price on a really good designer, and just like the kitchen, just like the bathroom, just like everything else, this is in my head. The picture's in my head for years, and I finally get to see it come to fruition. And that's why it just makes me so happy. I was just asking Chris, the reason the nails aren't hammered all the way in is so that the siding can move. It can expand and contract with the heat and the cold, and that's why there are slots so it can move on the nail. Just so you know, this is what we call D4, D4 and a half, or double 4 and a half. So that's the profile that we're using. There are different profiles that you can get, and this is the one we chose. I think they make it in a higher one too, but that would be better for bigger walls and bigger buildings. I just got to cut around that window, put this piece on.
Nice.
So these cutoffs are long enough to do one on this side, and it'll do 2 on this side. Now we only need 3 of those at 24 and 3/4, but then these little pieces will all go up the right hand side of the door there. So going to be very little waste. They're all competing now. Look at Wilma, still keeps her babies with her. And they're almost as big as her. And I know now there are at least 3 roosters. So he's got to cut a 2-inch strip out of this one to finish that top bit off. Chris is cutting another strip that he'll use for backer behind this at the very top. Because otherwise it's going to tip or flop around. We're going to leave that top bit till tomorrow to do. Maybe get going on this. I'm not sure.